Do you have questions about Costa Rica living? And for example, what do you do when your fridge breaks? Well, this is what I will be sharing today. Why? Well, actually my fridge broke, and a new fridge is around 1,000 to 2,000 bucks. Worth it to look into another solution, but how does that even work if you're not used to living in Costa Rica? If you're new to the channel and you wonder who are you and what do you do in Costa Rica, well, I'm an online entrepreneur and I teach people on how to create more freedom through monetizing their passion and building an online business in several ways. If that is what you're interested in, click the first link below my videos. Go ahead and go through my free course called Nomad by Design and see if this resonates with you. And also you can scroll on my channel, because my channel is basically the result of all the questions that people ask me over time about Costa Rica living. I moved here from the Netherlands in 2018 from the Netherlands with my family of 4, and already 7 years ago, and everything I've learned is what I share on the channel. Now, okay, my fridge broke. What do you do? What do I do? I don't know what you would do, but this is what I do. That's my first step. Find a trustworthy person. Is everyone trustworthy? Heck no. So I made a mistake. I had a guy, word of mouth, who has been doing great services in a restaurant that I always have breakfast. And he repaired my washing machine 2 times. The 3rd time he needed to order a part. I paid him up front and I never saw him again. And he still owes me 40,000 colones. That's about 80 bucks. So that sucks. I saw him on the market and he said, I don't have money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that sucks. So you always should be cautious, right? Never pay everything ahead. Split, pay a little bit in front and do the rest when it's done. Now my fridge broke. So what do? I find another word of mouth person. So we have a maintenance team that does, for example, some light construction work when our septic tank broke or whatever. And I asked them, because they also work for a guest house, do you know a trustworthy person? Ah, there he is. So I told him, if you are in front of my gate, make some noise, the dogs will bark, and I will guide you inside. So it just happened. So I ended with, oh, there he is. You know, I don't have a doorbell. Not everyone has a doorbell living in Costa Rica. So you have to logistically make it clear on how you know that the guy is there, or the girl, like the technical team. And I messaged him. So WhatsApp is always key. A message with one another is how I do it. So choose a technician by word of mouth, a trustworthy one, if your guarantee is not working anymore. Our guarantee of our fridge was not accurate anymore. So then you're like, okay, who can I trust? We have trustworthy team. So by word of mouth, he sent his technician. He made some noise, then our dogs start to bark, and I message him, make some noise, my dogs start to bark, and I will guide you inside. Then I have to put my big dogs inside, because not that they will attack people, but most people are like scared of the dogs, and that creates a weird energy. So I always put away in the bus or in the house my biggest dogs, and then I guide the workers inside. Now this was really great because my husband is kind of technical. It's always good to do your own investigation. So I wish to be able to trust everyone, but it has been proven that you cannot trust everyone, especially not in a foreign country. So my husband did due diligence. He did some ChatGPT search and he already knew kind of what was the bug. Now this technician totally confirmed that, and together they looked at the part that we need to order, and there was the choice: or the guy orders it or Dirk orders it. So today in Costa Rica you can easily import stuff through Amazon through Dual, and Dual is an import, how do you say that, you can just send stuff and it works really well. It is really quite new, like half a year or something. And in all my old videos before half a year ago, there was no Dual, and sending stuff was quite hard, especially we don't have addresses in Costa Rica. So basically, in a nutshell, our fridge broke. What did we do? Word of mouth, we found a trustworthy technician. I connected with him on WhatsApp. I send him my location. That means on WhatsApp, the pin, a description, how my gate looks like, because pins sometimes get like lost in fields too far. So send a description of how the gate looks like with the picture. Tell them how to let us know, you know, that they're there. Open up the door, make it safe for them. So if you have big dogs, you know, be kind and put your dogs away, because a lot of locals are scared of dogs and they come to many houses and not all the dogs are kind and some have been attacked. So be aware of that, especially in those properties. You know, all people have dogs and a lot of workers are afraid of people's dogs. That makes sense, right? Like you, Jimmy, will not just bloodily attack someone, but look, it's a big Doberman, and I would be hesitant to see strange Doberman. So anyway, so what happened? They did some measurements. They were really nice, and he was done in like 20 minutes, and we paid 10,000 colones cash in the hand, and Dirk, my husband, can take it from there. So we ordered the part. It's about 200 bucks, but that prevents that we need to buy a brand new fridge, which would be around 1,000 bucks. This stuff is really expensive in Costa Rica. Really, I think 3 times more than in Europe, in the Netherlands. So in this case, I would say let's buy a new machine. But in this case, on 1,000 bucks for a new fridge, just ordering a new part, 200 bucks, and paying a mechanic for 20 bucks, it's worth it. Assuming that it will work. But I will keep you up to date about that. But that's like living in Costa Rica as an expat, as a foreigner, and fixing stuff. It will happen that things will break. You need to make connections. You need to have people around you, talk with them and ask, who do you call when something breaks? Who do you call when this breaks? Like, you need a trustworthy garage to fix your car. You need a trustworthy technician to fix your fridge or your washing machine, because things break. Anyway, I hope this taught you something, that you found value of my video about living in Costa Rica. If you have questions about generating an income online from home in Costa Rica without bugging friends, family, or doing exhausting multi-level marketing things, which I don't do, hit me up or click the very first link down below. Start my free course Nomad by Design. And in any case, I'm looking forward to meeting you one day in Costa Rica. And this was my video for now. Bye!